Good afternoon, family. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you are new here, my name is Jonathan, and I created this channel as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of losing 300 pounds. If you'd like to join the family, hit that subscribe button down below. Also, make sure you click on the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos. Also, if you could like this video, it really helps things out as well. Another way to reach me, or if you'd like to participate on the discussion, you can join me most weekdays where I go live on YouTube around 4 p.m. Central Time, or outside of the YouTube, you can consider joining the Discord I've created. There's a link for that down in the description below. Also down in the description below is a link to a Pinterest board, and that has a lot of the different recipes and meals that it might be my audio. Let me know, because it could be my audio. So I can do this real quick. So did that help the audio at all? Let me know if it made a difference. It could be just yours as well. But today is day 880 of my challenge to lose 300 pounds, and I've used a combination of extended water fasting and a whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar-free diet to lose over 240 pounds so far. If anybody has any non-scale victories, I'd love to hear those. If anybody has any on-scale victories, I love those as well. Yesterday was weigh-in Wednesday, and I missed it. I had a very busy day. I'll talk about that in a little bit. If anybody has any on-scale victories, I'd love to hear those as well. Let's see. If you are struggling with your diet, let us know what's going on, what is causing your struggles. If you are succeeding with your diet, let us know what you're doing to succeed so we can all know what we can do. And at the end of the day, what are some things that you can do that will make staying on your diet easier than the alternative? Let's go ahead, go over to the main. Is anybody else having any audio issues? If you could let me know, that would be great. So yes, today is Thursday. Last I was on, I anticipated being live yesterday and doing my weigh-in yesterday, and life just got in the way. I had a thing for work come up that caused me to have to go on a little bit of a road trip, and is that on my face or it's a stray hair? I don't know. So yeah, I was on the road all day yesterday, and I was not able to get a video or really even get on the scale to see what my weight was. It was a hectic day, so I was happy to hop on the scale today, and I had a 0.8 of a pound weight loss, so nearly a 1 pound weight loss. And I'm extremely happy with that. I actually almost anticipated it being a little bit more of a weight loss because of how little I ended up eating yesterday. I didn't end up eating until very late when I got home. But yes, I had 0.8 of a pound weight loss, back to being at over 240 pounds lost, which is amazing. Continuing to stay at this weight that I've never been able to get to in the past, and now I've been able to maintain this weight for well over a month. I've been, below 281, 282. So it's pretty awesome, and I'm happy to see the weight going in the right direction always. But I would say that this was a very funky weight loss because of the 24 hours I had prior to hopping on the scale. And I actually probably ate a lot more recently than I normally do because of that. Ron, you said you got the crunchy audio as well. Let me see, something happened here because it didn't feel like the audio on my video was very good either. So let me see something. Is that any better? Oh, Anthony said your audio was good. Well, hopefully whatever I did not or the video audio was good. Okay, the audio I did on the video, Ron says it's better now, so I'm hoping that that fixes it. Usually it does. You just got to turn it off and then back on again, and then it works. Yes, thanks. Okay, so hopefully I didn't lose everybody in the first 6 minutes having crappy audio there. But thanks for sticking with me if you're this far into the video. So yesterday, really just a crazy day from the start. Hey, pretty girl's mom. Hope you're having a great day. I have had a busy week at work. One of our other office guys is out or was out for the week. And so I was taking over some of their responsibilities for the week, which had me in a little bit earlier than normal and dealing with some things that I don't normally deal with. And then yesterday, it was a very busy morning. Sorry, I gotta look at this message here. Work, you know. Okay, yeah. So yes, I ended up having an extremely busy morning, and then got in a position where I had to go on the road, and it was supposed to be a 7-hour road trip that we were going to be leaving at noon. It just popped up last minute. It was something I had to go pick up for work. And so I grabbed a guy here and we headed down to go pick up. It was actually, we were picking up a used truck for our company from a place that was about 3 hours away. I gotta answer this text real quick. Sorry, guys. Sorry, this is the most compelling stream ever, right? Bad audio to start with, and then me staring at my phone, writing a text message in the middle of it. He's on right now. Who's on right now? I don't know what are they talking about? No, I'm not sure who's on right now. I'm on right now. So, driving down to go pick up this truck, supposed to be 3 hours down, an hour to deal with the paperwork, 3 hours back. We get down there, and yes, I am live. Yes, Anthony says life has curves at time. Yeah, absolutely. And it was something that I feel like with any other diet, I would have used that event yesterday as an excuse to cheat, buy something at a gas station. I mean, we were at like 4 or 5 different gas stations throughout the trip, and it would have been easy to grab something and eat it just to have food. But I'm not, I feel like, and I've said this so much, is that I'm not on that verge of starving like I was on every other diet. So when life throws a curveball at me and I end up having what's supposed to be a 7-hour road trip take 11 hours, um, I'm not, I wasn't starving. I had a big bowl of oatmeal for breakfast that day or yesterday, and I was able to go the whole day without eating. And not even, I was so busy with other stuff, I never even really thought about food. But like I said, in the past, I really feel like an event like yesterday would have been the a catalyst for me breaking my diet. And so that's kind of a non-scale victory for me in what happened yesterday. But we bought a truck. It was an older truck, but very low miles. And as we were bringing the truck back, it died on us, which is awesome when you buy something and then have it break down on your way home. And we ended up narrowing it down to being a battery issue, and we were able to work out a system to get it limped back the rest of the way home. But it took us forever to make the trip. And I think I probably drank 8 bottles of water throughout the day, just because I was sitting in a car and I didn't have anything better to do. Yes. Gosh. The so yeah, it was kind of a non-scale victory in itself, just the whole day, like getting through the day, not having any type of any craving at all. Like I said, I was in a bunch of gas stations. There was lots of soda I could have bought. There was some candy I could have bought. The one place I did check for fresh fruit didn't have any fresh fruit that I could find. So there wouldn't have been anything for me to get there that wouldn't have been extremely processed. So I was able to get through the day, and I say it to Carrie all the time when I have to go a little bit longer without food. I water fasted for a very long time. If I got to go another couple hours, it's not gonna kill me. And so, but again, I just want to stress that I really feel like the volume eating, the fact that I had a full stomach from the day before, I still ate breakfast that morning. That allowed me to get through the day and to not have, food be on my mind. And every time we pass a restaurant thinking, oh, we should stop there, we should get something from there, I didn't have any of that. I had another non-scale-ish victory, I suppose. It was almost a non-scale tragedy, is what I would say. We were driving, and it was a little bit cold, and we had to pull over to the side of the road to figure out what was going on with the vehicle, or to deal with the vehicle. And we were dealing with some things with the battery, and we were waiting for a little while. And so we had 2 vehicles. We had a vehicle we went down in, and then I followed in that vehicle while they were bringing the truck back. And so we sat in the vehicle that had the heater running in it because it was kind of cold out. And we sat down and we were talking for just a little bit. And I realized that my ring was missing. My wedding ring was missing. And I got a little freaked out because I didn't know what had happened to my ring. It's been feeling really loose on my hand recently, or within the last few months. It's been feeling loose on my hand. And I've had times where I was worried that it was going to fall off my finger, but I had never had it fall off my finger and me not notice it. And so we're on the side of the road. It's dark out. The only thing I could think is I thought it would be near the driver's seat where I was sitting. So we looked around for a few minutes, and we ended up finding my ring. in the gravel on the side of the road. And so it was, like I said, it was kind of a non-scale tragedy in that, I'm happy that I'm thin and that the fat's leaving all these parts of my body, but also I don't want to lose my wedding ring because of it. So it had fallen off. I found it. Thankfully, I was freaked out that I wouldn't find it. But I did find it. And then, I put it in my pocket until I got home, and I put it back on when I got home. And within 5 minutes of being at home, it had fallen off my finger again. And so I had to put, my wedding ring up for right now until I can figure out what to do with it, because both times it fell off, I didn't feel it fall off at all. There was no indication, like I didn't brush against my knuckle or anything. And so I'm going to have to figure out another solution. And it's actually, I'll tell it. So Ron here says, you moved from using your wedding band to a silicone one since it's always loose, and it just got worse the last year or two. So something that's funny, it's a weird, it's kind of like my belt, where my belt was too small and now it's almost too big. So a few years back, when I was at my heaviest and Carrie was kind of at her heaviest with me, both of us were kind of complaining about our wedding rings. Carrie was having issues with all the huge diamonds that are on her wedding ring, rubbing against the other fingers and causing some issues. And so we got online and we bought a couple silicone wedding bands for ourselves because our fingers were getting so fat that our wedding bands weren't fitting. And now my fingers are so skinny that my wedding band doesn't fit again. And so I went and I grabbed the silicone rings we had and I tried them on, and they don't fit. They're too big for me too. So I'll have to see about maybe getting a new silicone ring or doing something. I don't know what I can do. I really don't want to change my ring at all, but I guess I could just gain all the weight back and then my ring would fit again. Plants Only Muncher says, I'm late, but I'm here. No problem, Plants Only Muncher. We're happy to have you here. Pretty Girl's mom says that when you were in high school, you would wrap it with yarn so the circumference would be less. Yeah, I thought about, I think I've seen like somebody put tape or something in there. Yeah, yarn would be a good temporary measure to be able to continue to wear it. But yeah, I want to figure something out, but it's just crazy that it just fell off my hand. And I didn't notice it. Like, that's what really freaked me out, is that I just didn't even notice it. So even though I thought that my ring fell off while I was sitting there, it could have fallen off, I don't know how long before that I noticed it. And so I was happy that I got really fortunate to find it. And I was almost in shock, like, that I found it, because I had already played through the scenario in my head a million times in the 2 minutes that I was looking about what I was going to do. So it was kind of a non-scale victory, but not one that I would have wanted to have happen to me all the time. So the trip was a long trip, but we got the truck back. I didn't end up getting back till about midnight last night, and that's when I ate my dinner. I did not go over food yet. I can do that real quick. I got a couple days worth of food to go over. Trying to think. Tuesday night, we had a real good dinner here of a Spanish rice and beans. Sometimes Carrie makes our Spanish rice with beans, and sometimes she makes it without beans. we had it with beans on Wednesday, and I really love Spanish rice, especially with beans. Hey, Gene says hello. Congratulations on my weight loss. Thanks, Gene. I hope you're having a great day. Hello, Christy. Hello, hello. Hope you're having a great day as well. I got a lot of photos on here of a truck. So let me see if I can find my next food photo here. That's crazy. I didn't take a food photo at all yet. Well, I didn't eat anything other than oatmeal. So I didn't take photos of it. But yesterday for breakfast, I had oatmeal. And then my wonderful wife, knowing that I had a long day, made our favorite dinner for when I got home. So for dinner last night, I had the polenta with white beans and mushrooms for my dinner. I ate dinner yesterday at 12:32 a.m. So I just wanted to get something in my body before I went somewhere. Gene here says, be careful. Loose rings can get caught on things. Yeah, I don't know if you were in here, Gene. I was just talking about how my wedding ring fell off yesterday twice. Both times I didn't notice. The first time could have been very tragic. I was on the side of the road, and I luckily found it on the in the gravel on the side of the road. But yeah, they can get caught on things too. And I've noticed that I have kind of had it get snagged a little bit more since it started getting looser here in the last couple months. So yes, you have to be careful about that. I've heard some really awful stories about rings and people getting their hands injured with them. So yeah, that was dinner last night. Here's a photo of it all mixed together. And then today, had a real busy morning again today. And so I did not end up eating my breakfast until lunchtime. And so I kind of had a huge lunch. I had our standard oatmeal that I ate at about 1:00 today. Carrie says, you forgot. What'd you forget? The stream? Or did you forget about my ring? Because last night Carrie was like in bed when I was telling her about, or when I was dealing with all this stuff getting home. Gene says it must be a thing lately. You had a near miss with your ring too. I imagine your ring is what you're talking about. Yeah, I was really crazy. Yes, you forgot to tune in. You don't even ever think about me anymore. No worries. Anthony, yep, hello. All right. So oatmeal for lunch today, spinach, mushrooms, and onions. And there's a close up for those folks that love that smell-o-vision. Just lean into your phone or your monitor, and I'm certain you'll smell it as long as you have a bowl of it in front of you. And then right after that, we had different potatoes for lunch today. So this whole bowl has a huge story, a huge happenings here. There's a broccoli shortage. We've purchased all of the broccoli from all of the Walmarts within a 20-mile radius of us, and now there are no Walmarts with broccoli anymore. So we've had to resort to buying broccoli and cauliflower mix, which is not bad. I don't mind it, and I think that if this is what we eat, this is what we eat. I don't have I had an aversion to cauliflower before starting this diet that I've gotten over, but yes, we can't find broccoli at the Walmarts. We can get broccoli cuts. I think we finally found some broccoli cuts and some mixes of broccoli and cauliflower. So this is not generally the vegetable I have, but it was still wonderful. The other thing you see in here is a sweet potato. I'm pretty sure that this is a Hannah Yam or a Jersey sweet potato. And Carrie picked up some of those. And so instead of having a regular Yukon Gold, that plain Yukon Gold that tastes so amazing, just one of those, we had Hannah Yams in our lunch today. And I think I had almost 2 yams. And Carrie says that she cleared out the last remaining Walmart. She picked up 12 bags of their florets. Yes, we go through a lot of broccoli. But at 97 cents a bag, I mean, it's not that bad of a thing to go crazy on. But yes, this was my second half of my lunch today was a big bowl of Hannah Yams and broccoli and cauliflower with some Table Tasty on it to add flavor. And so I am actually just stuffed full right now. I am from eating all of that food. And so it's pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with how things are going. So today I was going to talk a little bit about Food is Thy Medicine is the name of the title here today. And I was thinking about, let's see what Gene says here. Gene says, you've been looking for broccoli too? You're asking, somebody was talking to us today about, the Hannah Yams. Are you talking about the Hannah Yams or the broccoli, Gene? I'm not sure, but you said you've been looking for them, asking local grocery store to special order. They made no promises. Yeah, I really liked them. Carrie had found, I think that they're sold as Jersey sweet potatoes somewhere. Okay, yeah, the Hannah Yams. They're listed as Jersey sweet potatoes and not as Hannah Yams. And so that's where how she was able to find them. But I believe, if she's still listening here. They're really good. We had them, gosh, it would have been a few weeks ago or a month ago, and I just ate them plain. And, they talk about how kind of much of like a candy taste or flavor they have to them, and they really do. In fact, the Table Tasty that I put in there probably wouldn't be the flavor that I would choose to put in there. Pretty Girl's mom says they're the same thing. Yeah, I thought that they were. I don't know if the Table Tasty was the best seasoning to put with it, but it was good. And Carrie says that they're called Jersey, and she found them at Natural Grocers. So if you have a Natural Grocers anywhere near you, that might be a good place to check out to see if you can find them. So yes, Food is Thy Medicine. When I got thinking about it, I was thinking about how much I've tried to rely on medicine to heal my obesity for years. And like, and I think that really for 20 years, I was looking for that magic pill, that thing that was just going to make it easy to lose weight. I wanted the weight loss to be, to happen with as little effort or change on my part as possible. And there was a couple times since I turned 18 that I really laid into taking pills or trying to use some sort of, fat pill to lose weight. And I had decent success with it. So the first time was back in the early 2000s. There was a product called Advocare. It was, I think they sold a whole line of supplements, but they had a weight loss program where it was literally this pack of pills that you would take every day. Like every day you would have trying to think of what the name of it is, like a blister pack might be what they call it, or like a terrible package. It was terrible, but it was also something that you could tear. But they had this packaging that it had like 4 pills in it that you would take 45 minutes before breakfast, 3 pills that you would take 45 minutes before lunch, and then like maybe a pill you'd take in the evening. Like it was a whole thing. And you would just grab this sleeve of pills, and that would be the pills that you would take for the day. And there would be a multivitamin in there. There was an omega-3 pill in there. And then there was also a pill that had ephedra in it. And when I was taking that pill program that had ephedra in it, I was rocking it. I went, I think I was like in the 360 to 380 range when I was a freshman or sophomore in college. I bet it was a sophomore in college when I was doing this. So it was about 380 pounds when I started. And I lost 60 pounds just like that, right away, taking that pill program. And I thought I kind of had it figured out. This product here has got me, so that I'm losing weight and I'm seeing what I want to see. I don't think I ever got down to 300, or I might have got right at 300 pounds by taking that product. And then in the middle of me using it as a weight loss drug, the government came out and said, hey, you guys can't sell that drug anymore in that way. So the company was like, okay, well, we're going to reformulate everything. It's still going to be this great weight loss program. And it just fell apart once I wasn't able to take that pill. And then the other time I lost weight was in 2013. I went and saw a doctor, and the doctor prescribed me with a phentermine drug that I took, and it just kills your appetite. You just don't have any drive to eat with that. And again, I thought I had the magic pill. I thought that this phentermine was the thing that was the cure I needed, and I just took this magic pill and the weight just fell off. And that time in 2013, I went from 415 to 420 pounds. I think it was 415 down to about 290 to 285 pounds. And again, I thought I had the world conquered. I had figured it out. And then I hit the 9-month mark, and my doctor said, unfortunately, I can no longer continue to prescribe phentermine because we've hit the longest that he would do it and felt comfortable doing it. So I might be able to go back on phentermine, but I would have to take a break from it. And as soon as I took a break from that pill, I started gaining the weight back. And so, I use these pill programs to lose a lot of weight. I've mentioned in the past too that I even tried buying these pills off of an infomercial that you would take them, and all they advertised that they did was once the casing dissolved, they just ballooned up like a big cotton ball in your stomach. Again, I was looking for that pill that would make me skinny again. Or skinny again. I was never skinny. Skinny for the first time, just skinny. But I was always looking for that pill. And, what I found now in the past 880 days is that pill that I've been needing to take, it comes in many shapes. Sometimes the pill is shaped like a bean. Sometimes it's shaped like a grain of rice. Sometimes it's shaped like a potato. Sometimes it's shaped like an apple. Sometimes it's shaped like an orange or a banana. All of the food I am eating are the pills that I need to lose weight. And the best thing about these pills that I'm taking now is that they're not going to get taken away from me. The government's not going to come in and say, hey, you can't take apples anymore. You can't have rice anymore, like they did with the ephedra, where the government came in and said, you can't have this anymore. And I'm not going to get to a point where I'm 9 months in And they're going to say, hey, you can't have spinach anymore. You can't have broccoli anymore. I get to continue to take my medicine for the rest of my life. I don't have to rely on the government. I don't have to rely on a prescription. I don't have to rely on doctors. I just, the medicine I eat, the food I eat is the medicine that I need to lose weight. And there's no end date on this prescription. There's no refill count that I have to worry about. I can just continue to eat my medicine every single day. And as long as I continue to do that, the weight is eventually going to drop down. And while the weight is dropping down, I'm going to be the healthiest version of myself that I could possibly be that entire time. Anthony says, just say no to white rice, though. It tastes like candy. It's funny about white rice. I would say that I don't know what white rice tastes like. I've been eating a plant-based diet for 880 days, and I eat rice multiple times a week, but I've never eaten white rice. We've always had brown rice. And so I had such an aversion to rice growing up. Of the people you have met in your life, I have probably consumed less rice, especially for somebody who's 520 pounds, than anybody you know. Because from the time I was 5 years old, I can remember pushing away rice from me at the dinner table and being like, I'm not going to eat that. I won't eat that. And then growing up, I would go to restaurants, and if they had rice on the menu, or it was something where like you got a burrito, it would have rice and beans, I would say, just give me all beans. I don't need the rice. Or we would go to a Chinese restaurant, and they would sell fried rice, or they would sell rice with their meal. And I would pay extra to have lo mein substituted instead of having rice. So I hated rice, really for no good reason. I don't know why, I just had that aversion to it, and I always just didn't eat it. Occasionally I would eat it. Sure. If it was inside of a burrito, I would eat it. If it was something, so it wasn't like but I wouldn't just eat rice alone. I wouldn't have a bowl of rice. I wouldn't eat a side of rice. It would have to be in something if I was going to eat it. And then we started eating this way. And I really feel like the less you process your food, the harder it is going to be for your body to digest any calories from that food, and the more natural the food really is. So we always we just went right to brown rice. And so the Spanish rice we have all the time, it's always brown rice. Our kids, Carrie might be able to answer it better, but our kids don't really like it. Okay, so yeah, she's answered it here. So Carrie says, it's funny, she made white rice recently because we had some and our kids didn't like it. They preferred the brown rice. Yeah. So yeah, our kids don't even eat white rice that much. But I don't know. I don't know if it's a lot different than well, yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm sure. I guess it's just like eating white bread, I guess. Yeah, anyways, it's just a funny thing with the brown rice. Anyways, back to food being thy medicine. It really does. It really does work out well for me. Like the idea that I've always been looking for a magic pill. I've always been looking for that thing that was going to make me thin. and wanting to find that thing that I could do forever, like so many of these things that people do are temporary. Um, the pill programs, like I said, that they get shut down or you can't take them for longer. There's also gadgets that their usefulness or your excitement for them will last for a couple weeks, but then after a couple weeks, they may not work like you wanted them to work, or you may find that you're just not as invested in it anymore. And it's easy to just remove that gadget and not use it anymore. Or even gym memberships to lose weight. I feel like you're really relying on the gym membership. If you're relying on the gym membership for your weight loss, that's not going to last, because what happens if you are unable to go to the gym anymore? If you get injured, you get into an accident that you can't go to the gym for a short period of time, then how are you going to keep your progress going? Like with changing the food that I eat, no matter what else is going on in my life, I can still eat that food that I eat. I don't have to rely on somebody else. I can just do it on my own. And Carrie says that this way is definitely cheaper and less time consuming than a lot of other options as well. Yeah. And it really can be. Like, I see all these things about people talking about eating, and maybe they're more bashing eating a vegan diet being expensive, but eating a plant-based diet can be extremely cheap. I mean, we eat $2 worth of broccoli each day. We eat a couple dollars worth of potatoes, probably, yeah, maybe a couple dollars worth of potatoes every day. Very little in rice, as far as the cost for rice. A lot of these things are so much cheaper than people realize. And it's not until you get into the processed versions of food where you start to see the cost go up, because that's when the companies start including their profit margin. There's not a huge profit margin in apples because anybody can kind of grow an apple. And if prices of apples got to be too high, then then there would be people that could source them for cheaper locally, I guess. You might not get the variety of apples, but if you're just looking for apple, then you can get it. But yeah, there's not a huge markup on oranges and apples and bananas and rice, especially the grains like the rice and the potatoes and the beans. There's not profit, there's not markup in those products. It's when they process them. Once they can say, hey, I did something to this, so now you have to pay me for that effort of doing something to this, that's when the food gets more expensive. And you get to maybe seeing where, oh, vegan diet is expensive diet. Well, the highly processed vegan foods are, yes, they're very expensive, but the foods that you need to buy, the foods that you would have to eat, are not expensive. And yeah, it's really nice. So yeah, I've just been happy. Hey, plant powered peddler Janet, hello. Hope everything's going great for you today. I got a few more minutes that I can go live, and then I do have to get out of here because I have a meeting tonight, just all over the place, busy. But I just wanted to kind of stress that if you have tried taking the pills in the past, and if you've tried doing these kind of one-off programs, or these, where you buy their meal plans or you buy their things, that, you're looking for the easy way. I was always looking for the easy way to lose weight. What's the easiest way I can lose weight? But what you do when you try taking those easy paths is you put somebody else in the driver's seat in some ways. Like you're taking that pill because of the work of some pharmaceutical company, and your success is the success of a pharmaceutical company's weight loss. Like that's something that those 2 times I talked about where I lost all that weight, it wasn't me losing the weight. I thought it was me losing the weight. I would say it was me losing the weight. It would scream it from the rooftops. I've lost weight, but I didn't lose weight. These pharmaceuticals are the ones that caused me to lose weight. And as soon as I couldn't do them anymore, all that success went away because all the power of my weight loss was in their hands. And by switching to eating a plant-based diet, I get to bring that power back in. I'm in control of what's in my body, how what gets put in my body is processed, and like just full control. There's nobody else. I'm not handing this off to anybody else to fix my problem for me. Let's see. Gene says busy is good, means you have a grip on the diet. Yeah. I mean, it's, and to be busy and not using that busyness as a reason to fail my diet. Like there's zero temptation. I just don't even know how to explain it. Like if you'd have told me 881 days ago that you wouldn't be wishing for all this other food, I would have told you you're crazy. Like I thought that's just what I was going to have to suffer the rest of my life, just being left out and not being able to have all those things that I used to get to eat, or what everybody else around me gets to eat. I thought I was going to be living in this life of despair, or this life of not being able to satisfy my needs. I don't know what word I'm looking for here, but this diet gives me the satiety. Gene says, yeah, the satiety that you need, and it really has been crazy. So Carrie must be answering a question about she was looking at the chat earlier. So yes, if you go back and listen to the earlier part of the video, I am no longer a married man right now. I have no ring. My ring fell off twice yesterday. I almost lost it, and so I need to replace it. But I did not know she already ordered me a ring. Because Pretty Girl's mom says the girls might start looking at me. Yeah. I don't think you got to worry about that. So, yes, but yeah, I got a new ring coming, and it will be nice. It feels weird not wearing my ring, because that's what made it feel so weird to me that I lost it. Was like, I'm always like rubbing, spinning my ring on my finger or kind of moving it around. And so to not feel it would be crazy. So just start eating your medicine. Start thinking of your food as the pills that your doctor would be prescribing. Instead of blood pressure medication, I eat apples. Instead of diabetes pills, I eat rice and potatoes. I eat carbohydrates. Instead of taking diabetes medications, I eat carbohydrates. That'll make all the diabetes people go crazy. Yeah, you don't, and I get to control my medicine. I get to go pick it out by hand, unless we hire somebody from Walmart to do it at grocery pickup. Carrie says loads of carbs. Yes, loads of carbs is my medicine. And nobody's going to take away my food from me. It's not going to, nobody's going to, you might not be able to get a food you want. They're taking my broccoli away because they won't stock the shelves with it, so they do take it away in that, but there's other things. I can eat cauliflower. I can eat spinach. I can eat, there's always something. There's always another medicine at the stores. So, until they get rid of the produce section at the grocery stores, you will have the choice of what you put in your body, and you can make a good choice. Carrie says statewide broccoli shortage. Man, it's funny. There's been a bunch of fast food restaurants that have closed down, and I'm certain it's because I'm no longer going there anymore. And now with all of the broccoli I'm consuming, I'm causing a statewide issue. We're going to have to cross, good thing we have 2 states that we shop between, because we're right on the border between 2 states. So we can just go to the other state. I'm sure they'll have a bunch of broccoli. But I got to get out of here today, guys. I appreciate everybody. I hope that you made it through the first 6 minutes of bad audio, if it's bad, and enjoyed the video here. Gene says you found it at Sam's Club in Waterloo. You found some broccoli up at the Sam's Club in Waterloo. Road trip. It's only it's about, I'll have another 7-hour road trip turn into a 11-hour day. Yeah, I used to live up by Waterloo. I went to school in Cedar Falls at the University of Northern Iowa. So, I know that area a little bit. I worked at Best Buy up there. So, anyways, I think that I got to go. Thank you guys for the support, following along, joining me in the chat. I appreciate everybody who comments after the fact, and lets me know how things are going with you as well. If you have not subscribed to my channel, get subscribed to the channel. If you've not clicked on the bell icon, what are you waiting for? Click the bell icon. Gene says, yeah, we could have probably crossed paths at one time. Could have. And then Sonia says, agreed, can be cheaper way of eating. It only gets ridiculous if you're looking at all organic or things like that. Yeah. Again, that organic is another thing where a farmer is able to say, hey, look, actually look what I didn't do to the food, but look how I made your food different than everybody else's, and pay me for my effort to making it different. Yeah, if you have not subscribed, have not clicked on the bell icon, click on the bell icon. If you've not liked this video, like this video, comment down below. What is your favorite medicine to eat on a plant-based diet? And if you have not started your diet yet, get started right now. There's nothing coming up that's more important than your health and your overall well-being. And it doesn't have to be a change in your food this second. Start making the plans to change your food. Your diet starts when you acknowledge the change needs to be made and you start making actions towards those changes. Your diet, maybe starting your diet is looking at your loved one that's sitting next to you and saying, hey, I'm starting a diet right now. And maybe that's what you need to do, because I avoided doing that for years, because I knew that once I said to Carrie, I want to start a diet, that she was going to be on board and I was going to have to start a diet. Well, maybe that's what you need to do, is tell somebody you're going to start the diet, make the plan for your diet. If you're not starting till Monday, what are you doing between now and Monday? What are you getting rid of? What are you buying? What program, what plan, what are you going to do? Where are you going to get the food you're going to eat? What food are you going to eat? Don't just say, I'm going to do it Monday, and then Monday shows up and then you wake up and you're like, you're supposed to start your diet today. Well, what am I supposed to? I don't know. I didn't make any plans. It's your job. You know, like you're putting it off on that future version of you, and eventually that future version of you is going to become you. So make it easier on yourself. Start your diet now. Don't wait. I'll see you guys tomorrow.